It's the Atlanta Falcons and the Indianapolis Colts, and it comes your way next.
Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to one of the league's most recognizable homes, Lucas Oil Stadium, opened in 2008 here in Indianapolis. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, to get this one going. And here we go from Indy. Here's a return from the 7. Finds some space, he's past the 30. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. So out come the Colts for their first offensive possession. Bringing them out a 4th overall pick in 2023 out of Florida, a super athlete at quarterback, Anthony Richardson.
I don't think it's hyperbole to say that when Anthony Richardson came out of the draft out of Florida, he was the greatest all-around athlete we'd ever seen at quarterback. 240 pounds, running 4.4, jumping 40 inches. He was the envy of defensive ends and linebackers that couldn't put up those numbers. Now, it's taken all those athletic traits and squeezing them into the quarterback position, maximizing all that physical talent to become the superstar he can be.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And it'll be first down, Colts.
Kate, you know by now I'm not shy about referencing movies during a game, and that run, that was a picture-perfect script. You get the defense thinking one thing, looking one way, then bam! You surprise them with a twist and head the other way for a big run.
His first throw is an interception. D. Alford has the INT. And the Falcons get the football on the first turnover of the contest. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
So here are the Falcons out on offense for their first drive. And leading them out is a master at overcoming adversity before and after being drafted 8th overall in 2024. Out of your alma mater, Washington, it's Michael Penix Jr.
One of the big advantages of Michael Penix coming into the league is it wasn't storybook in college. In fact, he got beat up in Bloomington. Everybody remembers the end at Washington, the runner-up for the Heisman, the national title game, but he took a beating. Injuries derailed many of his years back at Indiana. And I think because of that background, because of all that gets built through that adversity, he's more than ready for everything that comes his way in the NFL.
They'll run it here with Bijan Robinson. And they limit this to a minimal gain to around the 34. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here's 2nd and 7. Finds the in route complete. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. That's a pickup of 9. And the Falcons will have a first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
First and 10, a run to Robinson. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Another carry for Robinson. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 1 yard on the run, so just 3 yards across those last 2 carries. It's 3rd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Complete beyond the marker. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Here's Robinson up the middle, and he's able to manage a couple on that run.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Staying with Robinson. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle. Back-to-back runs, yielding just 2 yards, and now it's 3rd and 8.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Penix working from the gun. Throwing the out route complete. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Offense sure is marching to begin this game. Here's a 1st down from the 30. A handoff for Robinson, running right. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, Penix. And he will score. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Well, whether he stays the go-to guy the entire game, we will all judge together. But no doubt about it on that opening drive, Brock. He was the star. Bunch of catches and a touchdown to begin this one.
Yeah, I think this is twofold. Number one, you love to get this guy started early. He's a playmaker. He's a difference maker. Number two, this defense, well, they better be on high alert because this offense feels like they have a matchup they can attack, and that time attack a 3rd time for 6.
Young Hui Koo on for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Falcons will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Starting from the 5. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Indianapolis offense headed out for their 2nd drive of the game. And time to hit a quick reset here, partner, after they find themselves behind following that opening drive INT.
Yeah, you say reset, I say Control-Alt-Delete. Pretend like it didn't even happen. You got to flush it in a hurry.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. He's keeping it. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. They give to Taylor, right side. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
1st down throw here from Richardson. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he'll get it up to the 44.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Back to throw, here's Richardson. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense, who puts a sack on the board.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. He beams one deep right side. He's got it at the 30. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Give him 32 on the play. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
On 1st down, it's Richardson. Rolling left, and this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know what I call that, Kate? Punch, and you took a punch, but then you countered right back. You give up a big play, massive play, but you don't hang your head. You come right back, you get a sack of your own, and you change the momentum as quickly as you can.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Taylor now up the middle. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. It's about a 4-yard pickup, and they'll still be playing the sticks. 3rd and 11 coming up.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money and a lot of glamour in this league, but today, well, this is a tough day for this QB. He's taking a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, or heck, this quarterback getting the ball out of his hand more quickly, he's got to start protecting himself.
Fourth down's going to bring out Matt Gay and the Colts field goal unit for the first time. From the right hash, 55 yards out. And he missed it. It's no good. And the deficit stays at 7.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
Onto the field comes the Atlanta offense for the second time. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Up a touchdown early and with the home crowd a little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road when they do just this. Just quiet them, right? Turn them against their own team. They were quiet after that opening touchdown. You score another one, they're going to start to murmur, and we might even hear a few boo birds.
Penix on first down. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Penix here from the gun. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. A very productive play from the rookie QB out of Washington. That gets them a first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll run the draw with Robinson. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd and 6 coming up here. To the air with Penix. Nabbed by Kyle Pitts. They pick up 20 yards there. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Catch is made in close. And in for the Atlanta touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Coup on now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Falcons drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Josh Downs to return it. He stopped on the return at the 27. Here comes the Colts offense now for another possession. This would be a good time for their first points of the game as they find themselves down a notable amount already in this opening quarter. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing from the pistol, Richardson. That's brought in. It's his back, Jonathan Taylor. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
Just excellent effort on that catch and a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Option give to Taylor. He'll have him gain about a handful there. D. Alford getting there for the stop. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 43. He's on the move. Now he takes it. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And it'll be first down, Colts.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
Richardson now on 1st and 10. He brings it in. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Straight ahead with Taylor. And he's brought down for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make 3rd down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this 3rd down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Chased out to his right. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt, even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
Less than a yard needed here on 4th. They're going Taylor. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. And he will not get there. They stop him on 4th and goal. What a stand to force that turnover on downs.
Well, a blitz on 4th down's a gutsy call, but it can work against a pass or a run. Good luck running for the sticks when you got a whole defense crashing you right off the snap.
Here's the Falcon offense headed out. And while one sideline has 0 points, this offense, well, they have had 0 issues so far getting into that end zone.
They are rolling right now, Kate, and unless there's a speed bump on the immediate horizon, things are at risk of getting out of hand.
Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Making the stop that time, Nick Cross. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Penix. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down and ready to turn it into a negative play.
Not a good spot to punt from. They really want to convert here on 3rd. Motioning the tight end now. 3rd down, it's Penix. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Gets this one away from a tough spot, backed up inside the end zone. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. Officially a 69-yard punt. What a kick. And the Colts will take over. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And it took a couple of guys to haul him down there after a gain of just 1.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Oh, flag is down here. This might be a free play. This one won't be reeled in, but they had that green light to take the shot, and they did. Looked like somebody on the defense jumped the snap. Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Running it after the penalty. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
1st and 10. Ball set up at the 48. Taylor again. And he gets some good yardage down to the 42. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Short side option here. He's running left. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains. They will not get another playoff. We're at the end of 1. It's a 2-score game early. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Lucas Oil Stadium after this. Time for the 2nd quarter here, and the Colts are thinking points. Quick throw to the left is complete. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. To throw, Richardson. He completes it in traffic. And he drives this forward to the 6.
Not met many receivers in my life that don't love the spotlight, but you got to earn your place there. The easy way to do it, catches just like that, going up into double coverage and making the play anyway.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Throwing now, Richardson. Forced out to his right. And he has the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts make it a 1-score game in the 1st half. It's an Anthony Richardson touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist, and you got to be an artist that can create when things break down, and that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
That one right down the middle. And the Colts chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Here's Avery Williams on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Falcons ready for their next possession. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Penix working from the gun. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And the Falcons will have a first.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Here's a counter give to Robinson. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Brought down by Julian Blackman. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Along the sideline, and Pitts brings it in. And he gets it down to the 35 before stepping out.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Penix on 3rd down. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Penix now. Into the hands of Pitts. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Play made by E.J. Speed.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw it with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
On 2nd down, Robinson. He's got a gain of 6 there. Play made by E.J. Speed. That's going to be a gain of 6, and they need only inches now here on 3rd down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
I'll say this, unless you're committed to going for it on 4th down, I just don't see why you throw it there. Just power it forward for half a yard and reset those chains, then take your shots further down the field.
The kick by Lutz is good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
You know, you look at that 3rd down play, looking back, and it really turns into a 3-point play. It's why situational work is so critical. Coaches talk about it all the time. Sure, you love the field goal, but man, they would have loved a touchdown more.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Downs on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Colts and Anthony Richardson headed back onto the field. And this game has really been a great audition for him, Brock, to show off how well he can do as a runner. I think we could argue that his work there has actually been his early calling card in this one so far. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. That's Justin Simmons.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
Now here come the Falcons on offense. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Penix has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Robinson on the inside give. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Going to the ground again on 1st. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Like so many before him, he's brought down by DeForest Buckner. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Penix looking to pass. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. This one intended for the running back. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
So now on 4th down, the Falcons electing to send Younghoe Koo after the field goal. From the right hash, this is going to be a 41-yarder. The kick by Lutz is good. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Downs on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Colts have running back Jonathan Taylor headed out with the rest of the offense. And this drive, Brock, hopefully longer than that last one. They were only out there 1 play before they were picked off.
Yeah, kind of a good chance right now to see how risk-averse these guys are offensively. A lot of game left. They could give the passing game a little breather and start this one on the ground.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
I could promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
2nd down carry for Taylor. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Colts going to kick this away now on fourth, and it's Rigoberto Sanchez on for the punt. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here's Atlanta ready to take over possession. And they were able to contribute 3 points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Penix. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Motioning one of the tight ends. 1st and 10, around to Robinson. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is you put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Catch made over the middle. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Here's Robinson up the middle. And they're going to bring him down after a good gain to the 40. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. Penix here from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
They've got 1st down from the 31. To the air with Penix. Finds a seam down the middle. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Running left is Robinson. And he's in. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
Koo on now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Falcons push the lead to 20. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Downs on the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Colts ready to take the field. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. A.J. Terrell making that stop. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Off the play fake, here's Richardson. It's a completion to Michael Pittman Jr. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
1st down throw here from Richardson. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Pierce coming in motion left. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Hey, look, in the right situation, you catch a team off guard. Well, this could be a tremendous play for some big yards. But in the wrong situation, you get hit in the mouth right behind the line of scrimmage.
They're going to turn to Taylor on 3rd down. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. This one goes for 3 yards. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
On 1st down, it's Richardson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. So 2nd down coming up. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it. I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. He's running for it. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
You know, that's a situation. May have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunk of yards, but still some work to do to get that 1st down.
Here's Matt Gay for the Colts field goal. From the right hash, 55 yards out. Has the distance, but headed well left. No good. And the margin stays glued at 20.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
The Falcons and Michael Penix Jr. set to take over again. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he's going to get him up to the midfield stripe with that run. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
Boy, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
They go play action. Here's Penix. He puts some power on a deep one left. And that's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up 4th down. Whew, very fortunate that didn't go as a turnover. And that leaves them with 4th and 5.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. So this one sails over the sideline, and they'll spot it where a touchback would go at the 20-yard line. The Colts offense set to head out. They left a few on the table there last time out, Brock, settling for a field goal try that missed the mark. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll start this series with an option left. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
So we're at the 2-minute warning here from Indy. The Colts have a lot of work to do for any points before the break. From the 28. That one's complete right side. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. It's a gain of 4 there. And it'll be 1st down, Colts.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Richardson now on 1st and 10. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That one hits for 30. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play. Richardson now. And this time they're going to get there and they drop him. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Trying again following the sack. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice. Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
Another punt coming up for Rigoberto Sanchez. Absolutely crushed his first punch, and here's another huge one. And they won't be able to return this one as it sails out of bounds. The Falcons headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. "19 seconds remain in our opening half. Let's see what they do with it. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. It is charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards. We've reached the midway point of this game. The visiting Falcons taking a lead into that locker room. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report. It was a former Longhorn, Bijan Robinson, who was tough to stop in that first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. On the return, here's Ray McLeod. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Falcons ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this, couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process.